On today's Christmas spot, we're going to be looking at the new line of Nightmare Before Christmas figures. This is Series 1 and is brought to you from JUN Planning. Today we're going to be looking at Series 1 Jack Skellington. A very interesting line, because for anybody who's followed the Nightmare Before Christmas figure line, generally you probably would know that NECA was the line that covered the series. And I don't know whether they've lost the licensing for the Nightmare Before Christmas figures, but it now seems like we've got it provided and distributed by a company called JUN Planning. Try to do a little research on this company. It seems to me that from what I've seen, JUN Planning did a lot of doll collections over something what you would normally expect, like through a plastic line. Very strange. Very strange. I'd be curious to know. I mean, it's Series 1. I'd be curious to know if this line does well. You know, if this is one of their first outings with an action figure line. I am definitely curious to see how this line turns out. Package-wise, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's a kind of a coffin shape, kind of a coffin design. In the back group, we've got like jack-o'-lanterns on a fence. Some would almost say, Spot, you probably could do this during Halloween, but Nightmare Before Christmas, why not? It can go either way. We've got some nice ghouls going on there. On the back, the other figures in this line, we've got Mayor, Pumpkin King, we've got Behemoth, the Vampire Brothers, Sally, and Dr. Finkelstein. You can also go to www.junplanning.com.jp. This is actually an import, by the way, as well. The read-up says, "A slender, elegant fellow, Jack Skellington moves gracefully across the screen. Although he's known, there we go, he's known far and wide for his blood-curdling screams. Jack's heart is gentle, and he yearns for something more than scaring people. When he discovers Christmas, Jack tries to recreate it. Although his methods may be all wrong, his intentions are all good. And his own way, Jack finally succeeds in bringing a bit of Christmas spirit to Halloween Town." I guess the features of the character, we've got 15 articulations, fully movable. Probably some translation issues. Change the another jack head. I guess you can change it out with another jack head, and it also comes with a figure stand. I am curious to get this out of package. Curious to see if this is if NECA. First of all, I don't know if NECA is going to continue releasing Nightmare Before Christmas figures. I believe they are, so this might be just a standalone import line. But I am definitely curious about getting this opened up. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the new line of Nightmare Before Christmas figures, and I'm going to give you my thoughts of the line. So stay tuned, guys. There is so much more to come. Alright, so we've got Jack Skellington out of his package. I'm a little uncertain so far, but let's go through the figure itself. You'll notice that I've got the figure, first of all, on a display stand. He does come with a display stand, very similar to what you would get with a sideshow, or coincidentally enough, what you would normally get with a collector's doll. So it would make sense that the company JUN Planning would probably give you a display stand. And the display stand says Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas as the base, and then you've got the main neck of the display stand. The top piece has the clip for the waist that you can actually take out. There is a secondary piece that you can put back in as an extension, and you can put that back into the top. Originally, when you get it out of the package, the neck actually is going to be the full length, and when you put it on, you're going to realize that it doesn't quite fit the Jack Skellington. So in Jack's case, you would definitely have to take it out and rely on the shorter stand. So there you go. Put that aside, let's have a look at Jack Skellington. I banged the camera, let's get that back going. I like it. Having it in hand, though, I mean, having it in hand, it's like holding a straw. It's like holding several straws kept together. It feels extremely fragile. Extremely fragile. I mean, granted, it's hard with a character such as Jack Skellington, because generally his character anyways is a very thin character. NECA, I find, did a solid enough job balancing out, you know, how small the character was with articulation and detailing and everything else. This character, this figure, feels so flimsy. I'm almost terrified about moving it because it feels like every piece of it, like arms especially, I feel like the arms are just going to come right off. The likeness certainly looks like Jack Skellington. I don't think there would be any debate as to who the character is, what the figure is based off of. Now he comes with 3 heads. He comes with the closed mouth, as you can see. He comes with a smiley mouth, Jack's smiley face. And then also, if that's not for you, he also comes with the scary face, like so. All of them have a ball joint. Oh, take this off without... Doesn't want to come off. Wow, I can't... You can actually see the ball joint in there. It's right there. It's right there. But to get it off, there's a secondary ball joint in the neck. And I feel like I'm adding strain to the neck by trying to get the blasted head off. Oh, I would almost say leave it. Speaking from a reviewer's opinion, I would say leave the head. Good idea giving you alternate heads. But for how difficult that's going to be, that you're going to snap that neck. At least, these were the only 2 heads I probably would have used anyways on the Jack. And I'm fine enough just to say I'm going to stick with this head because it looks fine enough. His collar is a very fragile plastic. And again, like, handling the head, if your fingers are too close to this is going to break right off. Oh, I don't know, guys. It's not a good review so far, is it? In the way of his articulation, as mentioned, he's got the ball jointed head. He's also got a ball jointed neck. You know, you can get some poses out of it, but the fact that you make for a ball joint neck and a ball joint head, yeah, very hard to get that head off. He's got a peg in his shoulder that allows him to lift his arm forward and back. You can also bend at the elbow. The hand you can bend up and down. You can also rotate it. His waist, I guess his mid-torso seems to be on some sort of ball joint, but you can't really do too much with it, just because the back of his long-tailed jacket, the tail kind of gets in the way from moving his waist. He's got pegged legs, there's a little peg there. It looks as if you can only move the legs forward, you can move the legs back, but again, this piece here is obviously going to get in the way. You can bend at the knee, and then he's got these little tiny feet that you can move back and forth. His legs don't spread. You can't really do too much with it. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. The problem is, too, here's the real problem with this line so far from what I'm seeing. The line is very expensive. Can't remember what it is currently on Big Bad Toy Store if you want to check out the prices. I honestly don't remember what I paid for it. But the fact that they are imports don't help matters at all. Yes, you do get a display stand, but you really can't do too much with the figure. I mean, once you've got the figure on the display, if I get him back on the display there, he doesn't really do anything. Or at least he's so fragile that you almost don't want to do anything with him. I mean, I love Nightmare Before Christmas, but I would say if you are going to pay any prices for a Nightmare Before Christmas figure, I'm really sorry to the guys at JUN Planning, but I would almost say, I'd say probably pass on this guy. Pass on him, and if you are willing to shell out the money for a Nightmare Before Christmas figure, go back and pick up some of the originals from NECA. Quality-wise, they're a lot better than this. And I mean, you know, definitely as a collector's market, if you're into collecting imports, this might be more your thing. But I would say for anyone else, it's probably a pass. The head thing is definitely an issue as well. Very, very difficult. At any rate, I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. What a depressing review. I do apologize. But today's Christmas spot, we were having a look at the new Nightmare Before Christmas figures from, I said JUN, it's JUN Planning. But we were looking at the new figures that have been released by them. It's Series 1. I honestly don't see a Series 2 coming from this. I would say it is a pass. Thanks for watching, guys, though. Stay tuned for more Christmas spots to come, and I will see you guys next time.